Good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Anambra, Monday morning edition, and the first week of the month of March 2024. How are you? Okay, today is just the fourth day, so I can still say Happy New Month to you because the month is still very fresh. Month of March. I don't want to ask you how the other months, January and February, fared. But I know that we can overcome if we keeping our hearts light. Very important. My name is Sijoma, and if you stand by in a very short while, I'll bring you press review. Welcome. Welcome again. Welcome. Joining me this morning is Jerry Obodo. He's a public affairs analyst. He has joined me so that we'll look at what the papers are saying this morning. Good morning, Jerry.
Thanks for having me, Nigerians. Dear number, please listen to us.
Welcome indeed. Okay, let's begin from our website this morning where we have some trending stories. The first one says, export support training for Anambra youth women in agro-business ends in Oka. And then I share to introduce tertiary institution social health insurance program. Anambra State Assembly worries over crude oil exploration theft in Uwibele community. Okay, these are many more are the stories you'll find from our website this morning, www.absradiotv.com. Okay, Sajeri, there's export support training for Anambra youths that will be ending, and women in agribusiness that will be ending today. Of what essence do you think it is for us, and what is supposed to be a take home for the people that participated?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a welcome development from the state government to have initiated this export support, training for the youths and women in Anambra State. Is a way of empowering the youths and women, and the way of curbing unemployment in the society. So most of the products that they will be embarking on, some of them are exportable, and some of them are locally sold and consumed here. So it's a step in the right direction that those guys were given training, and we urge them to continue with in the direction that, and apply the knowledge they've gotten from there. And I urge the government to see a way of supporting them by linking them up to these banks that give SMEs loans and exports loan, so that they can embark on those the things they were trained for.
Okay, thank you. And the second story we have here say Asha to introduce tertiary institution social health insurance program. It does appear this this agency is doing very well, because I can remember when it started, some of us were skeptical about it. How far they're going to go? Is this going to stand? And a whole lot of things. But recently, recent survey has shown that they have taken over the whole state. Virtually all the towns and villages, communities coming out to buy into this by introducing most of their people aged to this health insurance program, some people, and a very close person that I know, had to register the whole elderly in his own village from 50 years and up, not even elderly, from 50 years up. Everyone that is up to 50 years in his village is under the scheme, and they're doing very well. Now they want to venture into the higher institutions. So what do you think about it?
Yeah,
Sir Jerry?
yeah, thank you very much, IJ. You are very, very correct in your observations. I commend the management of the ASHA, led by Dr. Simeon Onyemechi. You know, they are very innovative and reaching out. You know, within some years, 1 or 2 years, they've gotten into their net so many thousands of people that enrolled. Some of the complicated illnesses, they have even brought them in, you know, into the treatments they are giving. So now they've made inroads into the various communities in the state, and because they can be trusted, many people buy into it. Like you rightly pointed out, families enroll, well-to-do people enroll, villages. So many elderly people. You know, some of the deaths are really caused by people not having the wherewithal to go to the hospitals for appropriate treatment. But with this ASHA, you can see that many people are now accessing the hospital treatment. So, and lifespan, is increasing. I give you an example. Whatever treatment that you are given, you only pay 10%. So that reduces the burden, by the people.
Yes, even that 10%, I learned that most people that are bought into this or are beneficiaries of this, they don't even pay it. I learned some hospitals have agreed with the agency that we won't even collect any 10%. We'll give it to, that's our own way of supporting the scheme. We'll give the 10% free. And then some people, some big Ndi Odogun and Anambra State that are giving this insurance to their people, they went ahead and paid the 10%. Okay, so you go to hospital, you don't pay anything. Just go and get your treatment, from headache to anything at all, even some terminal. There are so many, and they keep updating. I think Simeon Onyemechi is doing very well. I must give it to him. Okay, so thank you very much. Let's look at our last story that's saying Anambra State Assembly worries over crude oil exploration theft in the Owi-Bele community. And hitherto, this story is what we hear from the riverine areas. Of course, Owi-Bele is the riverine, is the area, but this one is located in Anambra State. So this is what we used to hear in Bayelsa, in Rivers, and a whole lot of things. And now it's in Anambra, Owi-Bele community is in Anambra, and there's this crude oil exploration there.
Yeah, well, the where you have those, like you have in the north, the solid minerals. Some illegal minings are going on there. The security agencies are, always on them. Once they are caught, the law takes its course, but that does not deter them from venturing. It's an illegal thing. Like you said, it's always heard of in Rivers, Bayelsa, with a high concentration of crude oil. The agencies and the government clamping down on them. And now, Anambra State is also in the news because of the oil, I mean the crude oil that is at Ogbikbele. And some quantities are also in the riverine areas of Anambra East and West. So I'm not surprised that this exploration is going on there. Theft is illegal. So those guys that are into it should know that once they are caught, they go in for it. The law takes its course. So I advise them not to go into that. That's my take on that.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's look at the papers now and see what is trending. Our first paper this morning is the Daily Sun. Beside the name templates of the Daily Sun, who have the story that says why Southeast won't protest against Tinubu. This is coming from Umahi. Umahi is the former governor of Ebonyi State and the Minister for Works now. Okay, but the banner headline on this paper says NIN to BVN, banks send fresh reminders with some riders there. 91 million accounts at risk of deactivation. And then no account blocked yet, says DMBs. Give customers more time. Beacon is saying this. Okay, but down here I have this other story. Arrest move to strip president's governor's power to proclaim and dissolve assemblies. This is getting interesting. Okay, I think that's all we're going to take from this paper. Let's look at Punch newspaper. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, food crisis, tight security at Nema stores as hoodlums loot FCT warehouse. With some riders too, troops foil attacks on Abuja warehouse. Foil attacks, they looted. So which one? Arrest 5 hoodlums cut away rice. They're not hoodlums, they're angry Nigerians. They're not hoodlums, please. Okay, hoodlums cut away rice. Others. And then the placement deployed in Bayelsa, Kaduna, Delta, Osun warehouses. Reforms not meant to inflate hardship. This is coming from Shetima. I know that you guys are feeling it, but because we are going through a reform, and it's not meant to inflate hardship, even though we are facing the hardship. Okay, Jerry.
Yeah.
This NIN BVN that people are just scrambling for. What is going on?
Well, what is going on is that Nigerians like fire brigade approach. Otherwise, I don't know why we should be talking of people still going for the BVI and NIN or whatever. A program or a policy will be floated, and the facilities for the job to execute the job is there for people to go and do the needful to register and get whatever they are supposed to get. But they won't go. They will be facing other businesses, doing whatever they are doing, only to wait at the 11th hour when a date for the closure or deadline is given. You now see people scrambling or rushing. At that time, you hear that there's a stampede. Sometimes that somebody fell down, or that they are bribing even to get the necessary attention. It's a man-made problem. I don't behave like that. I don't do fire brigade approach. I go whatever and do whatever is necessary. Those things are with me. I don't have any problem with any this.
Okay, let's move on. Why Southeast won't protest against Tinubu, coming from Umahi. What does that mean? If anybody wants to protest, is Umahi going to stop them?
Well, he's entitled to his opinion. He has something in mind why he's saying that. But a lot of school of thought has come out to say that the Southeast have experienced a lot of hardship, a lot of leaving behinds. So that is not a new thing that we are into this, problem. So also, these are the people that went to war with, Nigeria and survived for 3 years.
Is it only Nigeria
came back.
or World War? The whole world came
Okay.
against Biafra.
Yeah. So now, the war ended. The former president of military head of state that time, General Gowon, came up with 3 R's. 3 R's: reconciliation, reconstruction, and rehabilitation. And that's the normal thing for a war-torn area. We have seen that in advanced climes. When the war ends, the government of the day takes whatever fund and deploy to bring back the area back to the normal stage when it was before.
Okay,
the war.
are you now saying that that's the reason why Southeast will not join the protest? The economic hardship protest, you're not just protesting for any other thing. Are we not hungry? Are we not facing the same problem that other people are facing in the country?
That's what I'm saying. We have survived.
So you mean if you have survived the war, you can also
yeah,
survive
you can survive some hardships.
All right,
but the guys that have not experienced it, they will be, having the first-hand experience.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll take a break here. The program comes up after this one.
Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS. With delight, we bring you the light that we bear through our illustrious leaders. Our icons. Our industrious people. Our rich culture, our places of pride, and our mouth-watering cuisine. With unbridled professionalism and renewed tenacity, we serve you real-time news, information, entertainment of varied genres with unfettered reach of your clients and customers. AB.
My champs, they use energy at school.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release.
No more sit at home.
Back at the Still Press Review, that's Monday morning, the 4th day of the month of March 2024. Thanks for joining us again. I have been joined by another guest, Samuel Ololo. Samuel Ololo is also a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, IJ. Good morning, Anambra.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, before you came, we have seen 1, 2, 3 newspapers, but we are particular about this story on the Daily Sun, where we are asking, where Umahi is giving reasons why Southeast will not join protests against Tinubu. And I really wanted to ask this question earlier. Is this protest against Tinubu or protest against the hunger in the land, the situation of things in the land, and a whole lot of things?
Okay, so first of all, when it comes to Nigerian politics, people say another thing with another thing in their mind. They usually don't present the situations exactly as it is. So for David Umahi, the first questions I think an average Nigerian and now an average Igbo indigene should ask himself or herself is, who is he? He's in the current government, so we are not expecting him to say otherwise. We are not expecting him to urge Igbo people, and again, he's also from Igbo extraction. So we are not expecting him to call Ndi Igbo to protest against his principal, that is the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's always going to assuage, he will try to pacify them, he will try to want to paint a good image so that he would have good rapport with him. But that be it as it may. The next question is he actually representing the thoughts of an average Igbo man?
Yeah, that was why I asked that question before you came in. If the Igbo people, the Igbo decide to protest, is he going to stop them? Is Umahi going to stop people from protesting?
That is the
Does
next.
he have that?
That is the next big question. So let us now see, when he was in government.
It's just leveraging on their laissez-faire attitude that they don't want to join.
Exactly.
And then you are now using that to say that I have talked to them, I've calmed them down, they're not going to protest against
Exactly. Exactly. But let's not forget that when he was the governor, he was this emperor in Ebonyi State. He clamped down on anybody. Under him, we had him try to stifle the press. Of course, he had some journalists that he kidnapped, beat as it may, and a lot of other things. But finally, let us state it categorically clear now that an average Nigerian is tired of the maladministration, of the hunger in the land, of unemployment, of youth restiveness, and we have every reason to protest because protest is even enshrined in the constitution. So whenever the youths and Nigerians want to protest, nobody, not even the DSS, not even the police can stop them. But what we are urging is we should try to make ourselves civil in a way that we can make not just the states, not just the government, but the entire world to know that Nigerians are really suffering. And if nothing is being done to protect the interests of Nigerians, many of them would die before whatever succor or help comes.
Okay, thank you very much. Jerry, let's, I think this one has a relationship with what we have spoken before. The story from The Punch, food crisis, tight security at Nema stores, as hoodlums loot FCT warehouses. And I was asking the question, someone that is hungry that went to look for food, is the person a hoodlum?
The people can use so many languages that suits them. But a hungry man is an angry man. They went there because they have nothing to, eat. Many people have gone 000. Some have gone 100 and all that. So that tells you the nature of hardship that is, in the country. People are going through. So, whatever they like, they can call it, but I can assure you that they are not hoodlums. They are just hungry and they just want to find out whatever they can do to eat. And why should the food be there in the warehouses?
Why people are
hungry? They should be, distributing the food and making it available to people to eat.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, let's look at the rest of the papers while we talk. Vanguard is our next paper this morning. The Vanguard newspaper, federal government fights inflation, mops of 5 trillion naira, with some writers say, to raise interest rates, to reprice fixed income yields, and CBN meets foreign investors over FS reforms, MPR hike. It says there will be free entry and then free exit. Okay. Here, down here, only implementation of agreement will stop nationwide strike. NLC in street. Are they on strike? Is the NLC on strike? Which one are they talking? I hope this paper is not last year's paper. Okay. All right. And then, okay, let's get to other papers. Let's see the Nation newspaper. Nigeria clearing obstacles to investment, says president. So if you are hungry, beer is, what we are doing is that we are clearing the obstacles for investment. And then some writers there say country offers best return on business in the world. Pact signed with Qatar in education, and then solid minerals orders. This is what our president has come up with. You know he's in Qatar. Is he even back? Okay, and up here, still coming from Nation newspaper, cement manufacturers declare 710 billion naira profit. The sales hit 3.1 trillion naira in 12 months. Are people still buying cement? And that cause, why won't they declare such a big profit when the selling one bag of cement 13,000 naira? Somebody say about 15 cents. Okay, Guardian newspaper is our next paper. We'll roll all of them and then we'll start talking. Nigeria's terrorism index. Terror attacks decline amid new recruitments, rise in violent conflicts. People are hungry. Or religious freedom, maybe terrorism. Maybe this is another instrument to curtail this. Okay, down here, hardship, military, paramilitary to distribute food as hoodlums loot warehouses. Okay, blame governors for restructuring, delay economic downturn. And then banditry, police placed 50 million naira bounty on 2 kingpins in Castina. And so many other stories on the front page of Guardian newspaper, which you pick and then get details. Daily Trust is our next paper this morning. Residents loot Abuja warehouses, steal foodstuffs, roofing sheets. And then NEMA beefs up security at own facilities nationwide. Express your feelings responsibly, Shetima urges citizens. Address hunger, poverty, insecurity. JIBWIS tells government. It's fire for fire. The VC said they should express their feelings responsibly, and they got back to him. Address hunger, poverty, insecurity. How do we even put it? Maybe responsibly too. Okay. Customs opens 90-day window for vehicle duty regularization. A man who returned 100 million naira gifted Arch slot cash. Hisba, strong push for Duarawa's return. Okay. That's all coming from War on Gaza is another story. War on Gaza, Israel accused Palestinians collecting aid. Too bad. Tinubu to investors, report any official who demands bribe. Okay, NAV cautions against relocation of firefighting equipment. Lobby stars storm Castina United 2-0 to regain top spot. Our last paper this morning is the Nigerian Tribune. Residents loot warehouses in Abuja, steal food items. With some riders again, vandalized building belongs to FCT Agric Department. And then police arrest 15 suspects, recover 26 bags of maize. I hope they will be giving them food because that's what they came there to do. When you arrest them, feed them. Yes, Nigeria, Qatar sign agreements on education investments, orders. These are many more. The stories you'll find on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Okay, let's get talking, gentlemen, again. Okay, that's the story we are almost missing here. I think it's very important. It's coming from the Sun newspaper. Rest moved to strip president's governor's power to reclaim or dissolve assembly. Ololo, what does that mean?
It's interesting. If we look at the journey of the National Assembly in Nigeria over the years, it would be very, very fascinating to really see how this particular 10th assembly would perform their miracles. Unfortunately, during the last assembly, that is Lawal, yeah, we were calling them rubber stamp assembly. Then the current Godswill Akpabio's assembly, we don't even know what to call it. We have barely seen little or no single resistance since the establishment of this assembly towards executive demands. And now this is the reps telling us that they want to strip the powers from the president and the governors to dissolve assembly, including them. And let us also look at the history. I mean, from history you would know the trend. It is the same National Assembly, but this time around at the state level, that when the opportunity was given to them to vote for their autonomy, they decided to vote otherwise, that they don't want to be autonomy. They want their autonomy, they want to be autonomous, that they want their autonomy to remain with the state executive. And these are the people that... So now when you look at voting for your autonomy and taking the power from the state executive and then at the federal level from the president to dissolve you, which is weightier, you would then know what this would end up like. For me, I think I would really go by what Daily Trust said when they were talking about the government really getting down to solve hunger, insecurity, and poverty in the land. And the fact is, if these issues are not well addressed, it opens the floodgate to a lot of other issues in the country. Is it the citizens that are hungry that you are talking to be patriotic? Is it the citizens that are hungry that you are talking to be responsible? Is it the citizens that are afraid to go to their farms that you are telling and talking about productivity? Is it the citizens that have barely had anything to eat that you are telling to become energetic? All these things are all intertwined. And the moment the citizens see the government going towards that direction, they will naturally support them. And that is why sometimes when some people say some people are praying against the government, that they are not patriotic, and I'm like, okay, if I kneel down here and pray for you to die, I don't think I have that power. You would only die if you are starving yourself or if you take poison. That is when you will die. But no matter how I pray for you to die or for you to fail or for you to succeed, okay, let's say we have exam next week. Instead of me to study, I kneel down, I say my enemies are praying for me to fail, whereas I'm not studying, whereas I'm showing no sign that I'm even going to perform. And when I finally fail, and now say because my enemies prayed for me to fail, that is why I failed. It doesn't just make sense, really. As in Nigeria, how we easily look for people to blame. And unfortunately, all through the administration of the APC as a party, what we have seen is blame game. Initially, it was the PDP's 16 years of maladministration that cost us what happened to us at the first tenure of the president, that is Muhammadu Buhari. The second tenure, they extended it to what they have done. It will take longer time to really resolve it. 16 that is not going to, that they cannot
take another 16
years to repair.
Or more.
That they cannot expect them under 4 years. That was the conversation. Now we have entered into same APC. Some are now saying it's the last administration. Some are now saying it is the citizens. For crying out loud, we are crying of our FS. And I think every institution in Nigeria needs to become up and doing. Imagine where we are crying that the cost of cement is high. You are seeing cement industries, declaring a profit, and it is not the citizens that will really that should really checkmate them. They have their organizations. An average human being, especially those in business who want to make profit, but if they're regulated, it will be for their own advantage and for the advantage of the citizens. But over time, the government have lost their voice, just as labor that is talking about strike have also lost their voice. So
strike. Are they on strike?
No,
they said they were going to have a 2 days
The
protest,
future
and they
one.
came in after the first day. They went in. So what happened? What transpired?
So that is the issue. Labour, even Ajero, many persons were disappointed that they rallied support for people to come and support them to carry out the strike. Of course, TUC had already pulled out because they did not consult TUC. TUC said they were not consulted. So they said they're on their own. Some other well-meaning Nigerians, CSOs, had to join Labour for the first day strike.
Yeah.
Just the end of that day, they called it off without consulting those people who voluntarily came to support them. And tomorrow they will call for another strike and expect people to take them seriously. I think we are all just joking in Nigeria.
Yeah.
IJ,
Yes, you wanted to.
let me say something on this, the hardship that Nigerians are going through, and what will the government do to ameliorate it. I give you an example. The new president of Argentina met, economy that is so bad, but the people that were in government had a lot of money and enjoyment going on with them. Immediately the man was sworn in. He cut down the cost of governance. That is what one would have expected this current government to have done. Cut the cost of governance. Even some of the presidential candidates will use that as their manifesto. Instead of that, they even increased the number of ministers, so many other political appointees with mouth-watering take-homes or emoluments. That is one. Two, the fuel subsidy removal was another problem that put this country into this problem we have. So I'm advising the president, that Argentina president came in, cut down the cost, some other things that were inflicting, he removed it. Now Argentina people are smiling once again. So I advise the president, it's only change that is constant. He can say, I have seen the hardship our people are going through, the country is going through. This fuel subsidy, let us have a breather. We are stopping it for some time. It's a breather. Then, or you can say, okay, we are not taking up 100% again. We are going to make incremental removal. Let's start with 30%. As the case may be, that will be a breather. And once that is done, it translates to the transportation, to the food. Because when they go to buy all these things, they pay too much, and they come and add it to the cost of the finished product. The manufacturers, the diesel or fuel they are using so high. If they produce, they mark up their prices. So this is a way of reducing.
Nigerians' terrorism index, terror attacks decline amid new recruitments rise in violent conflicts. And then maybe we need to merge it with this other story, hardship, a military, paramilitary to distribute of food and as hoodlums loot warehouses. Let's see what we can make out of these two stories, please.
Okay, so personally, I'll speak from my own point of view now. And then they tell you that it's farmers, headers clash. And I remember that we were part of the people who were saying Nigeria should begin to give things the name it is. I also remember during the President Buhari's time under, what is his name, Lai Mohammed, he, in a way, being the Minister of Communication and Information, he in a way packaged information in Nigeria that when you are saying and reporting this negativity the way it is, you are bringing out the negative image of Nigeria more. and that's what they are presenting to investors rather than the good things. So, and he had his own way of making the media, some of them, see it from that angle. So they were not reporting those things repeatedly as it were happening, so that they can bring in foreign direct investment and investors, which did not even finally
come
happen.
and die here.
Which finally did not even happen.
come.
So, but the thing is, so far, for a while now, we have had a little reduction in the news that is going on. But I don't want to believe that it's as a result of that these things are no more happening.
It's happening.
I know they are happening, even more now. But the thing is, Nigerians are hungry. That they don't even have time to begin to see. Unfortunately, Nigerians have been bussed to a corner where when these things happen to them now, they now take it that, oh, it has finally come to me.
You know, whatever is happening, let it be happening. It doesn't concern me, I'm hungry.
Let me embrace my faith.
You know.
Whereas your neighbor, ordinarily that should have had the energy to report it, is hungry or is in crisis with his family or with her family, and they don't have time to begin to report some of those things, and then they are praying, hoping on God, when would my savior come? And it keeps happening on them, and then that is why it is no more reported as before, because we have not seen things significant that will say this is what the government has done. And for me, for the military and paramilitary, why are they sharing food? Is it their duty? I'm thinking this should really be the responsibility of the Ministry of Agriculture. These people, let there be a coordination between the relevant ministries in Nigeria, for crying out loud. Ministry of Agriculture, it is your responsibility to make sure that there is abundance of food. When there is not, what are the problems? Try to address it through the government. Then the military, it's your responsibility to ensure that security is there. If you think it's because of food, report to the military and to the agricultural ministry.
Say that they have secured all their warehouses in all the states, you know, because of the rising looting and a whole lot of things. Perhaps that's why they're bringing this to be able to control them, because that of the Abuja was controlled by the police.
So no, so we're talking about the military and not paramilitary now sharing food.
That's it now. Reported. If they're not involved, if you want to share food and there's nobody they look up to, that if I want to do this, this person will stop me, it will be chaos.
So what happens to NEMA? What happens to SEMA? That people are supposed to share this food. Why the military provide security? I mean, we are also talking about Oronsanya's report, duplication of responsibilities. When it is a time to carry out a function, you are who is responsible. You are responsible for security. Make sure that the people that are coming there are orderly. That time, Buhari attended many programs and attracted many of these things, and we did not see any of them come to pass. What is his name? Obiano also had a lot of they signed this MOU, that. We did not see any of them come to pass.
Southeast Development. Sure, you wouldn't want to miss that. Okay, my name is Tijama. Do stand by.